I want to talk to you today about just it's Christmas, and I know that most people, beginning of the year, they start creating their New Year's resolutions. I don't do New Year's resolutions. First off, I'm terrible at keeping them. So I don't do that. Throughout the year, I write and rewrite what I plan to do for the year, and I adjust as we're going along. There's sometimes when things change and you need to change what you're doing. So we've had, health issues come up in the past. We've had monetary issues come up in the past. And in order to keep moving forward, we need to adjust. We need to rewrite. We need to, reflect and think about what we've accomplished so far and what our goals are and what the best ways to move forward are. So what I did is I had been on Instagram and I saw someone posting a chat GPT post. And I thought, you know, the woman was crying and the whole thing. And I thought, oh, good, great acting. This is, you know, made up and whatever. Well, I wrote my list, which I already had a general overview of the goals that I have planned for our life and, like the next year, the next 5 years, and so on. And I figured, I'm going to try it. And it's the day in the life, have Chat GPT write the day in the life of, what your life is going to look like. So since I already had my goals list kind of outlined, I figured I'd, write this Chat GPT prompt and put it in there with my list. And the story that I came up with was fucking awesome. So I expanded on it and I included and rewrote it to include the next 5 years of what goals we have for the next 5 years and write that story out. And then I expanded on it even more. And I took that story that it created and I put it into ChatGPT and wrote a prompt for it to create a business plan for me. Now, obviously, the business plan is very broad, and I'm going to have to go in and redo and specify what I want to do, but I wanted to read this to you. I want to read you the prompt. Now, I've been working with ChatGPT for a few years, so I kind of have my voice in there and different things that I want to, hi, different things that I want to create. So it has a memory for me of what I want to do. So I'm talking about ChatGPT and my goals for this next year and using it to create a story so that I have a framework of what I want to create. Hello, happy holidays. So I don't do New Year's resolutions. I'm terrible about setting them, keeping them, the whole thing. The whole idea of New Year's resolutions is something that I don't do. Merry Christmas. So what I did is I took that Chat GPT prompt. So the prompt is, and I've got it on my tablet here. Tell me a day, tell me a story of a day in my life based on the information that you already know about me, because I told you Chat GPT is, I've been using it for a while, so it already has a story and it already has my voice in there and the things that I want to accomplish that I've been working on. When I set a goal, I go into Chat GPT and figure out, just ignore them. There's some people who need to put notes in there, or, be trolls and just put stuff in there. Just ignore them. Seriously. There's no point in acknowledging people like that, because all they need is that acknowledgement. If you just ignore them, there's not a big deal. Here, we'll do this. There, I hid them. So now they're hidden. This seriously has changed so much. I have been, Merry Christmas. I have been on Periscope when Periscope was a big thing. And um I haven't done YouTube Live very much, maybe once. So the things that they've changed in the what do I want to say? The tools that they've put in place to be able to help content producers monitor what's going on in their messages has been phenomenal. Anyway, so the Chat GPT prompt that I put in here, like I said, I've been using Chat GPT. So when I put in the information you know about me, it already has stuff that I've been working on. So tell me a story of a day in my life based on the information you already know about me, and on the following description. So the following description was my list of goals and projects that I want to work on, houses that we want to buy, all of this stuff. So I wrote all that out, and then I said put it in my voice because I like to have it so that it sounds like me, so that I know it's more it's more intimate, it's more personal, it's not so generic sounding. And then I put for 5 years from now, 2029. So I'll just read you a part of it. It says, Tammy, I want you to know how proud and grateful I am of you. You set yourself a goal to build a successful, thriving business, and you did it. As it continues to grow and develop, I want to remind you not to give up, and that you have built something that you're excited about and you love to share with the world. And then it goes on to state, my year pains. What were the pains? So Roy and I weren't succeeding. We're struggling. We're working on building 4 and 5 businesses, and it can get kind of stressful. So it's gone through and it's done all of this and written this story out for me. And I'll add the prompt to the bottom just so that you guys can try it out. It's really interesting to be able to create the story that you want to create. What is it that you want to create in your life moving forward? What do you want your story to look like? And having ChatGPT be able to help you write that story, especially for someone who's not exactly a writer. I can write bullet points, but for me to be able to have something that's descriptive, that is emotive, that makes me feel some emotion about what I'm creating. Because here's the thing, guys, if you want to create a better future for yourself, you need to feel those emotions. You need to feel that excitement, that happiness, that joy, that anticipation of what you're creating. And that's what prompts you to continue. That's what helps you with your progress, is having those emotions. So having Chat GPT help me to create the story that is so heartfelt and just goes through everything that we wanted to create is really interesting. So what I did is I went through that, and then for the business plan, let me get to the beginning of this. So what I did is I said, take the following day in my life, so that prompt that it created, and based on what you know that I want to build and what we started to create together. So working with ChatGPT in the past, I've got a list of, things that we're creating, plans that we have set in motion. So it's taking that. Now, if you don't already have that in place, start creating that stuff. ChatGPT will help you with these plans and ideas that you have, and putting them in a format that you can go back to and remember what it is that you're working on. So build out in very detailed specific plans with dates, guidelines, goalposts, and income streams that we will detail out further later on. I want it in a format that I can input into my ClickUp. Now, ClickUp is a management system. It's like Monday or Trello or one of those. And that's what I use to be able to manage all the shit that we've got going on, as in lists, tasks with dates to be added to my calendar. And ask me any questions to get any information that will help make the process easier and achievable for me. So because I've been working with ChatGPT, it knows my style. It knows that and quantum human design, that I'm an orchestrator, I'm a projector. So I work completely different than Roy does. Roy is a go, 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 go. He's constantly working and can survive on 4 to 5 hours of sleep. I don't work like that. So I've set it up in such a way that ChatGPT, that it knows the way that I work because I've put in information. I've been working with it. If you continue to do that, yeah, I love my hat. um, if I continue to work with it and build on the ChatGPT format that works for me, the more input you put into that and the more you talk to it like it's a person that you're actually communicating with, the more it picks up your voice and the more that it knows that you want you to do. ChatGPT, I love this thing because I know some people are scared of AI. My mindset is if you're going to use it for good, it will be good. So I'm using it for good to help me write my story, to help me to create the life that I want to create. And so it's creating this whole business plan for me, breaking it all out, all of the plans that I have, all of the programs I want to create, all of the houses we want to build, all of the businesses we want to build, and breaking this all out so that it's in a format that's easy for me to understand and that I can move forward with writing my story. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, everything that I'm doing is about writing that story for the future that is in line with who I want to be, who I'm creating myself to be. And so all of these things moving forward are going to help me to do that. So I'm interested in knowing what is it that you want to create? How do you want your future to look? So many people feel that they're trapped, that they're stuck, that they can't do anything with their lives because of their situation, their life, whatever is going on in their world. But we all have the choice and the ability to be able to change our lives. And it starts by rewriting the story that we're telling ourselves. So, if for an example, I got onto my son, he's here staying with us with his fiance, and he was telling himself the story of how he doesn't get along with her family. But the issue is, he keeps saying that story, that negative story over and over and over his head. And so it's projecting out into his life and the way he treats the people around him. So I told him he needs to change. Thank you very much. Um, he needs to change that story. Well, it's the same thing with you. It's the same thing with me. If we don't change the story of what we think about ourselves and what we've got going on in our heads and how we're speaking to ourselves, how we're speaking about what's going on in our worlds, then nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to be different because we're looking at it through the same lens of negativity, of fear, of, we can't survive, or I can't make it, or I'm not good enough, or I don't have the skills, whatever that negative film may be. But you have the choice to take that away and clear that. It's kind of like looking out of a house where the windows are really dirty. And all you need to do is pick up some cleaning fluid, and clean your windows with a rag or some paper towels, and you'll be able to see out. And then once you can see out, you can see that there's nothing to be afraid out there. You can go out the door, clean the window on the outside, and see even clearer what it is that you want to create. So we're doing the same thing by writing the story that we want to write, by thinking about what we tell ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, and then changing those words. Didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that, but I want to express to you guys that moving forward, so many amazing things can happen in your life. What are you willing to do to change those things to be better in your life? Starting now, we're in the holidays. You have time to relax. You have time to rest, to spend time with your families, to spend time to think about what it is that you want to have different in your life. This is the time to start doing it. Don't wait till the new year, because then things come up and you have problems and life gets away from you, and the next thing you know, a whole year has gone by again and you haven't accomplished the things that you want to accomplish. So start now. Start today. Start writing that story that you want to write. Start creating the life that you want to create. So I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate. I wish you a happy holidays. Have a great day. Have a great holiday. I will be back in a few days. Going to take some time with my family, but I just wanted to come on here and share this with you and let you know that we can all change our stories. We've just got to decide that we want to do it. So have a great day. So remember, live life adventurously. It's the only way to live, and have a great rest of your year. Bye.